So my video is a mockumentary about my old ventriloquist doll's life, and I'm doing it as if he's a real person. So how familiar are you with the mockumentary or parody genre?
I mean, I'm pretty familiar with it. It's one of my preferred genres. I like working in it. I like watching it. I'm currently doing a project around it. I quite like it.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I've seen a ton of them online and through people who've done them in the past.
Yeah, I've watched The Office UK and the US version, and they're pretty tame, but I'd like to see what you're going to make.
I've seen clips from The Office, and they're really funny. And like Modern Family too, they've got kind of that mockumentary kind of style. So I've seen that, and it interests me.
I'm familiar with them, like usually like it's music videos and that I'll see like pop on my screen.
I like comedy, and mockumentaries are good genre. So.
Yeah, I'm quite familiar. I like it because it's kind of a subtle kind of humour.
Yeah, it's quite funny. So can you name any mockumentaries you like and why you like them?
Borat, because it's completely over the top, and it's based around people's actual reactions to a fake character. It's a fake character's reactions to real things, so it's kind of a real fake documentary in a sense.
Basically anything but SNL. They do a lot of different stuff.
Both the offices, Office UK and Office US. That's only the really memorable documentaries that I can remember seeing.
Why do you like them ones?
It's very subtle, the humour, which I do like, because you've got to think about it. It's not just in your face, which when there's in your face humour, it can be very cringy and cheesy. But if it's very subtle, you've got to think about it, and then when you've thought about it and you've processed it and you get it, it's really funny.
The Office and Modern Family.
Like Joel said, like Borat's quite funny because like it's just like their actual reactions from a fake character.
I've seen Office, and I don't know whether this is kind of like mockumentary, but the thick of it, and it's about just government and just them just swearing and bawling at each other, and it's quite funny. I don't know if it's in the style of mockumentary, but yeah, I don't think it's something funny.
Yeah, The Office and Modern Family are really good, and I think Parks and Recreations is one which is quite subtle as well.
I can't think of any new ones. So what could I do to make mine funny? Like, what do you think a characteristic would be that I need to include in mine?
You're doing like a silly kind of like idea, so you need to revel in it. You like don't treat it like it's a silly idea, treat it like it's a perfectly reasonable idea, and because you think it's reasonable, the silly part will be like a juxtaposition to that, and that'll be really funny in itself. Because mockumentaries kind of they do it a lot when they have a silly idea, and that's often like most of the humour comes from that.
Probably the same as what Joel said, but also try and add some cliche stuff, because even though it's cliche, it's still funny.
Kind of like Joel said. He said have like silly things, but also have kind of like mature jokes, which can relate to kids and adults.
I just like the camera techniques in them. So, like zooming in on someone's face, or like a quick pan to someone, because I think they just add in the comedy.
I think like with the topic of it, like having something quite serious and then putting your own like silly sort of feature in over the top with the jokes, but like with your camera angles, maybe like like with Boom, like have that dropping into camera and then like in background like I don't know, like a camera guy telling him to like move it up or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think Debcam jokes might work as well, and have like different shot types as well.
I like it when in documentaries then they sort of break the third wall or the fourth wall, and like they do something and then they realise they've done it and then they look into the camera and think, oh shit.
Yeah, that is really funny.
I like the interview style, and some of them like they start talking about what they've gone and like how it like sort of affects them, like being over dramatic.
Okay, thank you. So, in terms of advertising the film, what social media platform do you use, and what do you think would be best to advertise my film on?
The ventriloquist website. That's probably your target audience. You probably want to use things like Facebook, don't you know? Because like that's what everyone uses. You'd most like to see it on Facebook and Twitter. They're the most popular ones. You put like a short clip of it on there. You can just take a screenshot of what you're working on. You can take a picture of behind the scenes stuff and like, yo, look at all this. And they'd be like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, basically he said, like, even like those pop-up adverts on YouTube, that would work as well.
Don't you have to pay for them though?
Yeah, quite a bit of money as well. Not cheap.
With the tenant.
I think Instagram and YouTube, since Instagram's more popular than Facebook now.
Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, as well as its own separate website.
Your Facebook and your Instagram are your two most popular at the minute. So it depends what audience you're trying to reach. Because if it's older, then you want your Facebook. If it's younger, you're going to want Instagram. And probably put links on those to YouTube.
I'd say I'd say Facebook, Twitter, because that's becoming really popular at the minute, and Instagram, and possibly YouTube.
I'd say Facebook and Twitter because I don't know, Twitter's got kind of a weird sense of humour on there. So I guess the ventriloquism and you could like memes of it.
Yeah, that Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
So is there any other questions or anything else you'd like to add?
Do you know any ventriloquists? Because otherwise, doing the ventriloquist would be a bit difficult.
I know someone called Alyssa. She's really good at ventriloquism.
Do your best trying ventriloquism.
Well, it won't be actual ventriloquism, will it? It's just a ventriloquist doll.
I'm going to use
Is
a
it live?
voiceover, yeah.
You get it?
Probably the best
So
option.
he's going to make a voiceover and I'm probably going to be having my hand up his arse with his mouth.
Yeah.
As you do.
Yeah.
You might want to watch, it's like really old, but in Victoria Wood's like Acorn Antiques,
Oh,
like for camera techniques, because that's got a lot in there.
Yeah, I'll watch that. Thank you. Anything else?
How dark are you going on making these history jokes? Like, you're going like throughout history, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are we going to like you know, having do happy things? Are you going to be like Lincoln assassination? So you could do that. And I think if you make it
You know
like,
what I said about Uber that died, that president that got shot while
John
his
Kennedy?
wife.
you have him in the car,
Yeah,
the Kennedy
Kennedy
assassination car.
assassination. I run about that, weren't I? But either he's his wife, either that, or he's in top shooting him.
He's on the
Yeah,
grassy
shot him.
knoll.
I'm not going to go too dark because I think people get very offended. I don't want to offend anyone.
Then you could set out to offend them, make it so over the top they could possibly actually get that offended because they did
Yeah.
if they're banging the joke.
The thing is, it'd advertise it more because people will be like keyboard warriors.
Yeah, I suppose that is a good idea.
Any publicity is good publicity.
Even if it's bad.
You could also like, have it so it's like instead of making it like out of recent history, to make it so it's like a omnipotent force that existed throughout the entirety of history. Like, and here I am in the Dark Ages fighting off the plague.
Woo, plague. Oh my god, you could do him laid on a bed, right? You could do
No,
You could do him
it's
like
going.
that.
a
Do him
witch
laid on a
doctor.
bed.
Anyway,
You could do a plague mask and get some dude with a plague mask on over him, like his body like ripped up.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
could
my
be
mum died
operated
from the
on.
plague last year, so
Yeah. Well, I hope she's having a good time in plague land.
I think someone would always find a way to make it.
It's not
offensive,
recorded
wouldn't it?
anymore, is it?
No, it is. I'll just.
Oh, okay.
I can
hooray.
call it out.
Full plague
It's
land,
sensible
we shall.
conversation.
This is great content.
Is there anything else?
I think that's it.
Plague.
Thank you.